Here's something that'll blow your mind. Research shows your zip code might be aging your brain faster than your actual age. The connection between inequality and cognitive decline is staggering.
That's a pretty bold statement. What exactly does the research tell us about this connection?
Well, studies have found that people in lower income neighborhoods show up to 70% faster cognitive decline compared to those in affluent areas. It's like watching your brain age and fast forward due to constant financial stress, unstable housing, and job insecurity.
Hmm. So you're saying our socioeconomic status literally rewires our brains over time?
Exactly that. And here's where it gets really interesting. The stress response triggers inflammation, disrupts sleep patterns, and can even alter gene expression. But what really caught my attention is how these effects start showing up as early as childhood.
Oh, wow. That's much earlier than most people would expect. What specifically happens in childhood?
So get this. Children from lower income families often have up to 30% less exposure to complex language environments and educational resources. This directly impacts their cognitive reserve. Think of it as your brain's backup system for aging.
That makes me think about all the cascading effects throughout someone's life.
Right. And here's where healthcare access comes into play. When you're struggling financially, you're about 40% less likely to get regular checkups or early screening for cognitive issues. That means problems often go undetected until they're much more serious.
That must create this terrible cycle where health problems compound over time.
Absolutely right, and environmental factors make it even worse. Studies show that people in lower income neighborhoods face up to 60% higher exposure to air pollution, which is directly linked to accelerated brain aging.
I never would have connected air quality to brain health. What other environmental factors are we talking about?
Well, think about food deserts. Nearly 23.5 million Americans live in areas where fresh, nutritious food is hard to find. And we know that poor nutrition increases inflammation and reduces neuroplasticity by up to 25%.
That really shows how these aren't just individual choices. They're systemic issues.
Exactly. And here's something that really puts it in perspective. Research shows that addressing these inequalities could potentially reduce dementia risk by up to 40% in vulnerable populations.
Those numbers are pretty compelling. What solutions are researchers suggesting?
The most promising approaches are comprehensive, like mobile health clinics that have shown a 35% increase in early detection rates when brought directly to underserved areas. Some communities have also seen a 45% improvement in cognitive health outcomes through combined education and family support programs.
Those sound like promising starts, but scaling must be challenging.
You're right about that. The initial investment can be substantial. We're talking about $50,000 to $75,000 per mobile clinic. But when you consider that treating advanced dementia costs around $90,000 per person annually, prevention starts looking like a bargain.
So, in the long run, these investments actually save money while improving lives.
Precisely. And some communities are getting creative with solutions. For example, one program combining early childhood education with senior center activities showed a 28% improvement in cognitive outcomes for both age groups.
That's fascinating, addressing multiple generations at once.
And it makes sense when you think about it. The research shows that social connection can slow cognitive decline by up to 30%. By creating these intergenerational programs, we're building stronger communities while protecting brain health.
Looking at all this evidence, it really highlights how interconnected everything is.
That's the key takeaway. Brain health isn't just about individual choices. It's about creating systems and communities that support cognitive wellness for everyone, regardless of their socioeconomic status.
And it seems like the science is pretty clear on what needs to be done.
It really is. The research shows that comprehensive approaches targeting education, healthcare access, and environmental factors could reduce cognitive decline rates by up to 50% in vulnerable populations. That's not just a health issue. It's an investment in our collective future. Share, follow us, and subscribe to our bi-weekly newsletter, MCI and Beyond. Link in the bio.